All right, so we're diving into some really cool interview prep today for cytology screeners.
Definitely cool and pretty important too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got RoleCatcher's guides and AI tools to help us out today.
Yeah, think of it like a cheat sheet, not just for the questions they'll ask, but like how to really impress them with your answers, you know?
Yeah, exactly, like how to stand out from everyone else applying.
Exactly.
So let's just jump right in. So what does a cytology screener actually do?
Yeah.
For people who maybe aren't super familiar.
Well, they're kind of like cellular detectives.
I love that.
Yeah, they use microscopes to look at cell samples.
Right.
Hunt for anything that looks abnormal.
Right. So important.
Yeah, it's often like the first step in catching serious diseases like cancer.
Right, like they're on the front lines.
Exactly.
So it's all about precision and attention to detail.
Absolutely.
And it looks like it's mainly a lab setting.
Yeah, no direct patient interaction, but you're still having like a huge impact on their lives. Okay.
For sure. For sure. Okay, so let's say you've got the skills and you're ready to apply. What's the career path look like for a cytology screener?
Well, usually start with the basics,
Hmm.
but with experience, you can move up to like a lead technician or a supervisor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, even a pathologist assistant.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, and certifications like becoming a cytotechnologist,
Yeah.
they can really give your career a boost.
Cool. Cool. Okay, so let's fast forward. We applied for the job and now we've got an interview. So RoleCatcher's interview guide has a bunch of common questions.
Yeah, tons.
So let's go through a few and just like figure out how to answer them in a way that'll really impress them.
Sounds good. Let's start with the classic. Tell us about your experience with cytology screening.
Okay, yeah, that's a common one.
Yeah, and even if you're like fresh out of school, don't freak out.
Right.
This is where you bring up any relevant coursework or lab work you've done.
Right.
Even volunteering at like a research center.
Yeah, it's all about connecting the dots for them. It's like show them how even your classwork, helped you build those key skills like attention to detail or following protocols.
Yeah, they want to see that you have that meticulous approach.
Right, exactly.
And they might follow up with, what sparked your interest in this field?
Okay, yeah.
So be ready to share that moment when you were like, whoa, cells are awesome. Diagnostics is my jam.
That's awesome.
Yeah, enthusiasm goes a long way.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so next question. How do you ensure quality control in your work?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, this is where you really showcase how methodical you are.
Absolutely. Like double checking samples, strict protocols, maybe even using quality control software.
Right. Anything specific you can mention there?
If you're familiar with certain staining methods or like image analysis software, definitely highlight that.
Yeah, make sure you mention those details.
Oh, and documentation, super important.
Right.
Accurate records are key, especially with patient samples.
Okay, so this next one I feel like can throw people off. Describe a challenging case and how you approached it.
Yeah, I get that. Now, don't worry if you're early in your career and haven't faced a ton of real-world cases.
Right.
Just think back to your training.
Okay.
Was there a tricky sample that really tested you?
Okay.
Even a simulated case study from class could work.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. The key is to break down your thinking.
Yeah.
Like, what were the hurdles? How did you tackle them? What resources did you use?
Okay.
You want to show off those problem-solving skills?
Gotcha. And they might even ask, what did you learn from this experience?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Being reflective shows that you're eager to learn from challenges.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So moving on. How do you stay up to date with new developments in cytology screening?
That's a good one. This is where you got to shine as a lifelong learner.
Right. Show them that you're passionate about staying current.
Exactly. Talk about journals, you read conferences, you attend online forums where you like geek out about cells.
I love it.
Joining professional organizations like the American Society for Cytotechnology,
Okay.
that shows dedication too.
All right.
Plus, you get tons of resources and stay updated on all the latest advancements.
Cool. And if you're interested in specific areas within cytology.
Oh yeah, like new molecular techniques.
Yeah, definitely mention those.
It shows you're not just keeping up, you're actively engaged with the field.
Right. Like you're thinking about the future of cytology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get to more questions,
Yeah.
let's talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can totally change the game for your interview prep.
I'm excited about this.
It's like having a personal coach.
Right.
Their AI actually analyzes your answers, suggests improvements,
Wow.
and it even helps you practice with video feedback.
That's awesome.
It's a total confidence booster.
Yeah, for sure.
And what's really cool is that RoleCatcher tailors its feedback based on the specific job you're applying for.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it looks at the job description
Right.
and helps you highlight the skills and experience that are most important to that employer.
That's amazing.
It's like a secret weapon in today's job market.
Okay, so we talked about some of the basics of cytology screeners, what they do, career path, and a few key interview questions. Now, are you ready to tackle some of the tougher ones?
Absolutely. Bring them on.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so let's get into a question that really tests your technical knowledge. Can you explain your process for identifying abnormal cells?
Oh, yeah. This one's all about showing off those detective skills.
Exactly. You're walking them through your investigation.
Right.
Explain how you prep the slides, what key features you're looking for, the criteria for differentiating normal cells from those red flags.
So it's like a step-by-step guide.
Yeah, and make sure you're using the right lingo.
Yeah.
Show off your knowledge of cellular morphology.
Right, like impress them with those technical terms.
Exactly. You could talk about assessing things like nuclear size and shape, chromatin patterns, looking for anything unusual in the cytoplasm.
Okay, and what about, like, special staining techniques or microscopy methods?
Oh, yeah, definitely mention those too. The more specific and clear you are, the better.
Gotcha. Okay, so moving on. Let's say they ask about a specific technique, like, can you discuss any experience you have with fine needle aspiration, FNA biopsies?
All right, so honesty is key here. If you've worked directly with FNA biopsies, awesome.
Right.
Describe your role, the types of samples you've handled, any challenges you faced.
Okay, but what if you haven't had a ton of hands-on experience with FNA biopsies?
No worries. Either if your experience is limited to what you learned in class, that's fine.
Oh,
Just explain what you do know about the technique, its purpose, why it's important in diagnostics.
so like the theory behind it.
Exactly, and you could even mention steps you've taken to learn more about it, like workshops or shadowing experienced professionals.
Right. It shows you're proactive and eager to keep learning.
Exactly. Okay, next up, confidentiality. It's a big one. How do you ensure confidentiality and privacy in your work?
Yeah, that's super important when you're dealing with patient information.
Absolutely. This is where you show them you understand IP regulations. Highlight the protocols you follow, like using secure software, de-identifying samples, restricting access to authorized personnel only.
Right, so they know you take patient privacy seriously.
Exactly. And don't forget to mention the importance of a clean and organized workspace.
Yeah, to prevent any accidental disclosures.
Exactly. Every detail counts.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk teamwork. Can you describe your experience working with a team or collaborating with colleagues?
All right, so teamwork is obviously essential in a lab setting.
Absolutely. This is your chance to shine as a team player.
Okay, so what kind of examples should we use?
Think about group projects, lab assignments, any work experience where collaboration was key.
Okay.
Describe your specific role within the team, the challenges you tackled together, and how good communication helped you achieve your goals.
Right, and if you received any positive feedback about your teamwork, definitely mention that.
Oh, for sure. All right, ready for a bit of a futuristic question?
Okay, bring it on.
Can you discuss any experience you have with automated screening technology? Yeah, this is a hot topic these days. So even if you haven't had a ton of hands-on experience, just showing that you're aware of these advancements is important.
So even if you've just done some research or attended a demo?
Exactly. Share any insights you've gained. Talk about the potential benefits and challenges of this technology.
Right. It shows you're open to embracing new technologies that are shaping the future of cytology.
Absolutely. Okay, let's shift gears to quality assurance. Can you discuss any experience you have with quality assurance processes?
Okay, so this is all about maintaining those high standards.
Exactly, making sure your results are reliable. You can talk about any quality control procedures you've implemented or participated in.
Right.
Things like using reference materials, performing calibration checks, or taking part in proficiency testing.
Okay, and what about times when you identified and resolved a quality issue?
Oh yeah, definitely share those examples, or maybe you suggested improvements to lab procedures. It all shows that you're proactive and dedicated to producing accurate, top-notch results.
Right. You're not just following the rules. You're thinking critically about how to make things better.
Exactly. Before we move on to even more questions, let's quickly revisit how RoleCatcher can help you nail these answers.
Okay, I'm always up for more RoleCatcher tips.
Well, remember how their AI analyzes your answers and gives you feedback?
Yeah.
It's not just generic feedback. It actually looks at the specific job description you're targeting.
Wow.
Yeah, and helps you tailor your answers to match what that particular employer is looking for.
That's so cool.
It's like having a custom-made study guide for each interview.
Seriously, a total game changer.
And they have this awesome video practice feature too.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
It lets you record yourself answering questions and then get AI-powered feedback on your delivery, your body language, the whole package.
Amazing. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here, but are you ready for another round of tough interview questions?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's tackle a question that can be kind of tricky. What are your salary expectations?
Yeah, that one always makes me a little nervous.
It's a conversation you definitely want to be prepared for, so do some research beforehand.
Right.
Look into the typical salary range for cytology screeners in your area, considering your experience level.
Yeah, websites like Glassdoor or salary.com can be super helpful for that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And don't underestimate the power of networking.
Right.
Reach out to your contacts in the field, maybe even through those professional organizations we talked about,
Yeah, good point.
just to get their insights on salary expectations.
Okay, so once you have a good idea of the range, what do you actually say in the interview?
Well, be honest about your expectations, but also be open to negotiation.
Right.
Remember, salary isn't everything.
True.
You want to consider the whole package, benefits, vacation time opportunities for professional growth within the company.
Yeah, that's all super important.
Oh,
Okay, so speaking of growth, what are your long-term career goals?
oh, that's a good one. This is your chance to show them your ambition and how this role fits into your bigger picture. So think about where you see yourself in 5 or 10 years.
Okay.
Do you want to specialize in a certain area of cytology,
Right.
maybe lead a team, or even move into a research-focused role?
Yeah, there's so many possibilities.
Exactly. So connect your aspirations back to the position you're interviewing for
Right.
and highlight how this opportunity can help you reach those goals.
So they see that you're invested in your future.
Exactly. You're not just looking for a job, you're looking to build a career.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the classic, do you have any questions for us?
Ah, yes! The chance to turn the tables.
Right.
This is your opportunity to gather valuable information and show them that you're genuinely interested in the position and the company.
So what kind of questions should we ask?
Have a few ready to go?
Yeah.
You could ask about the biggest challenges facing the cytology department,
Right.
opportunities for professional development within the organization, or even just what the team dynamic is like in the lab.
Yeah, those are all good ones.
Asking thoughtful questions not only gives you insights, but it also leaves a positive impression on the interviewer.
Definitely. Okay, so remember how we talked about RoleCatcher's AI being like a personal interview coach?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it doesn't stop at just analyzing your answers and giving feedback.
Right.
They also have this incredible feature called the Career Compass.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's designed to help you explore different career paths within cytology and beyond.
It's like having a personalized roadmap.
I love that.
It helps you figure out your strengths, your interests, and it even suggests courses or certifications to boost your skills and open up new opportunities.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's a fantastic resource, whether you're just starting out or looking to make a career shift.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, so as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of cytology screener interviews, what are the key takeaways?
Well, first, remember, this is a field where you can really make a difference.
Right.
You're on the front lines of detecting diseases and helping people get the care they need.
So important.
Second, preparation is everything. Use those resources from RoleCatcher to really understand the questions they'll ask and how to craft answers that show off your skills and passion.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to use their AI tools.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They can really help you refine your approach and boost your confidence.
For sure. And lastly, this field is constantly evolving.
Absolutely.
So embrace lifelong learning, stay curious, and never stop exploring new advancements in cytology.
It'll not only make you a stronger candidate,
Right.
but also a more valuable asset to any team you join.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
All right, so to everyone out there preparing for a cytology screener interview, go out there and rock it.
Yeah, you got this. We're confident that with the insights you've gained from this deep dive, you'll be well on your way to a rewarding and impactful career.
Couldn't have said it better myself.